Welcome back to the Daily Dose of Recovery. My name is the Hype Man, Mr. Jay Barnard. I am your host, and today we have a phenomenal guest coming in all the way from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, the mountains. This guy and I have been working together for a while. Then all of a sudden, we made it happen on an online event, and then we made it happen on a live event at our last live event in Edmonton, May 11th. And this guy blew the roof off the Edmonton Convention Center by telling his story through his amazing music. This is the great and talented Jayme Miner. Jayme Miner, welcome to the show. How you doing today, my friend and brother?
I am doing absolutely fantastic, bro. It's a great day to be sober.
It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day. Okay, so a little bit about Jayme Miner, a little bit about what Jayme Miner does, and a little bit about let's talk about Jayme Miner and his colorful ways and his puppets and his music and how he found, recovery and just the amazing human you are, brother.
Yeah, you bet, man. We'll circle back a little bit and see how I kind of got into the old drugs and alcohol and became addicted to them. I started off, just partying on the weekends, like straight up smoking weed at high school, drinking on the weekends, eventually messing around with some drugs, livening it up. And, I just love to party. I love to be the center of attention. I like to be the loudest, the craziest, the funniest, the trumpet guy, the break dancer, the guy in a wizard costume running down the street. And, I always needed to get pretty amped up with the drugs and alcohol to do that. And, that slowly was creating this addiction to the substances without me even realizing it. And looking back, when I talk to people now and they go, oh, well, I just drink when I party. And I'm like, yeah, but you are creating a habit and an addiction, which a lot of people don't talk about. So then what happened to me was, life got crazier, life got busy. It got a lot more stressful. I had some relationships and I started to experience anxiety, depression, and I started using these substances to cope with those. And that just got worse and worse and worse. And then eventually I had a sudden loss. My best friend drowned. And that was just too much. I had no idea to do with the grief and the loss and the pain I was feeling, coupled with all this other stress I was experiencing, that all of a sudden now I was drinking by myself. I was hiding it from people. I wasn't showing up to things. And it just got worse and worse and worse to the point I was waking up in the morning and I remember scouring the house and taking the beer cans that had little bits left and pouring it into one big cup and chugging that.
Woo! There's the bottom of the barrel. I have done that also myself, and I have found some serious nuggets of cigarette butts in there, and still continued to move and drink and say it's okay.
It's crazy.
That's important. That's insanity. That's insanity at its finest, right?
Well, and like when I share that with other people that haven't gone through what we've gone through, they're like, that's so disgusting. What the heck? And I'm like, we don't realize ethanol is one of the most highly addictive, popular used drugs in the world, which is alcohol. And it's a forgotten topic that alcohol is unbelievably addictive. And until you go through full withdrawal from alcohol, you'll do anything to get another sip, man. Like I'll get to the liquor store and I'm waiting till it opens. And I'm not sipping that booze when I get it. I'm slamming it until it hits me and takes away everything that I feel. So, I started to lose everything. I lost relationships. I lost connections with my family, with my friends. I ended up, leaving a job that I was really, really good at, and luckily had another place to go, but was still suffering and struggling there. And then I dabbled in sobriety. I'd make it a week, 2 weeks, a month. I went to AA, I went to counseling, I went to inpatient programs, outpatient programs, and I just kept on failing. I would relapse, 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 relapse hundreds of times. And it wasn't until I had a really bad relapse out camping where I was telling everybody I was staying sober. And I made it a day. And then the next day, the little voices, that wasn't as fun. You weren't as cool. Nobody was laughing as much. You weren't the Jayme that you need to be. And I got Mickeys, hid them everywhere, thought I was fooling everybody. Then I woke up in the morning, full withdrawals, snuck off, hopped in the Hellcat, went to the liquor store, and just drank and drove the whole way back, weaving in and out of traffic, thinking if I crash, who's going to miss me? What does it matter? Who cares? And then I got pulled over and, I was like, well, holy crap. I got DUI. My goodness. Well, went home, drank more. And then a friend came to my house to find me, like just a complete mess. And he looked at me and he said, I think you need to go to rehab. And that was the first time I heard it, acknowledged it, and said, yeah, I'm ready to go. And I went for 2 months, locked it in, killed the program, didn't have any outside sources messing with me other than taking care of myself. And I've been sober ever since.
Wow. When was
And
that? When was that?
I was just under 6 years ago.
Woo!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we got like kind of this glimpse of this new superpower of sobriety, but I was I heard that question you asked, and I was like, well, I think my superpower is the ability to be authentic now, really authentic and real with my sobriety. It's a superpower to not have to be fake and pretend. Like, like when I get up on stage and I sing my songs, that's me, that's real. When I'm dancing around with a puppet, that's me, that's real. When I'm chill and I don't feel like putting on the costume or playing the trumpet or dancing around with a puppet, then I say it. People are like, oh man, why are you so quiet today? Because I feel like it.
Speaking of the puppets, do you have the puppets so you can show? Do you have a puppet anywhere around you? No, eh?
Oh, I got lots of puppets, bro.
Yeah, show them the puppets that these puppets are actually very they help people a lot. The anxiety puppets, depression puppets, however you want to say the word for these things.
Emotional support puppet.
Emotional support puppets. Yes, these are amazing. Go ahead, tell them, brother.
Really cool. Like I go and do a show. It doesn't matter what age, but it's been a hit with the adults. And I get up, I hand out the puppets, and then I say, hey, you're going to control the puppet, and it's going to dance, and it's going to do your thing. And all of a sudden, you see all these people embracing their inner child, and they don't even know they're doing it. And that's another superpower. If you reconnect with that inner child and that kid that's carefree, no fear, just does what they feel and enjoys it, that's pretty spectacular too. So I like to really put out in my journey to recovery that you can be fun. You can't.
Well, you had a whole room in Edmonton, and that Kermit the Frog was on a 74 young man by the name of Paul Collins, and Paul Collins was at the front dancing like the man. Like you brought the inner child out of like all ages at that event, and everybody was like pumped and amped and into it and into their inner child, and it like that's like what's really missing out there in the world is reconnecting with your inner child and being, you said it, the authentic you. What's wrong with putting a puppet on your hand and having fun?
Nothing, and you're sitting there and you're just enjoying what you're doing. You're not worrying about what other people are thinking. And there's so much in that can cause addiction struggles. Like I need to be here, but I feel like this. You just have to take the expectation down. You don't need to bring yourself up. Wherever you are is okay. And if it's not okay, then there's some healthy ways to get there. You talk to someone, you do some meditation, you go for a run, you go to the gym, you read a book, you build some Lego. and you find a way to get into a place that you're a little happier with. But you don't want to do things that pull you in that direction that are unhealthy for you. And I mean, and I was just doing that to the max, man. Like, I remember like dragging myself out of bed and drinking and doing drugs in the fastest amount of time so I could go to the Flames game and play the trumpet.
Mr. Trumpet Guy 2, you are looking at the trumpet guy for the Calgary Flames, Mr. Jayme Miner. Where's the trumpet? Do you have the trumpet available too, or no?
It's somewhere in the house. It's somewhere. Oh, but like that's a good example, man. Like, having to think that I needed to go there
Mhm.
and play that trumpet, or else the world was going to end. So another thing that I learned that I tell myself is I'm not that important. If I don't make it somewhere and don't do something, the world still move. Okay,
That's
you
true.
know,
It's very
like
true.
Jamie Miner's ego. It doesn't need to be there all the time. It's okay. I'm not really letting anybody down. They're going to survive without me. So that is a big understanding. I love to say that to myself. Like, you're not that important to be this stressed out and anxious over that,
Right.
because it doesn't matter. That's a big part of mine. And and then I love to do it through the music, man. And I like to make my music very easy to listen to, very fun, light. And I've worked with some really good writers and production teams to take this music and make it a commercial sound. I felt that was really important, where I'm like, no, we're going to make this really cool. We're going to make this radio worthy, music video worthy, so that people are like, damn, that song was really cool. And is he sober?
Mhm.
Oh, have them come to it themselves instead of just being in your face too much. Let them figure it out, because if you come with the inception on your own self to be like, I want to make a change, then you're good. Where if I'm just walking up to people saying, stop drinking, be sober, it's not going to do it. Not going to work.
And what's really awesome too is that your last video, which we're gonna close out this interview with, your last song that you just dropped, "Sober is Fun." You did that in a bar during the day, showing people that you can have fun in a bar where you don't need booze. You got people in there. You put together a phenomenal video, and you had fun without getting drunk.
Oh, it was insane. It was insane, man. And like, I think my favorite part is when everybody started showing up. I have this cooler filled with Kool-Aid jammers, Gatorade, Red Bull, all different types of pop. And I just acknowledged the elephant in the room. I said, yeah, we're in a bar and this is all we got. And I'm like, give it about 40 minutes. 40 minutes later, everybody's just carefree, having fun, enjoying themselves, and loving it. And they're posting videos later saying, I just had the greatest time at a nightclub in the middle of the day. It's 5 p.m. now and I'm going home. Amazing.
I saw the videos, and they are absolutely amazing. This is the great and talented Jayme Miner. Jayme, if they want to find your music, or they want to find you, or they want to see any of your stuff, I know Jayme is going to be live in Saskatoon on August 30th at his second live Empower to Recover event. This dude will blow the roof off. The TCU Gallery plays. There's going to be no roof left on that place. I'm telling you right now, there is not going to be a roof on there. He's in Saskatoon. I also know you're at the Sober
Stampede.
Stampede
Yeah,
July 6th,
correct.
opening up for Fred Penner. Am I correct?
That's right.
Opening up for Fred Penner. So you can check him out there. But where else can they find you? Social media sites? Social?
Yeah, just honestly, just make sure you spell my name right. It's Jayme. Last name Minor, like the person is not allowed to go into the bar.
That is good. We're going to close. He's going to close, and he's going to do his song. And Jayme, thanks for coming on the DDR. Thanks for being you. Thanks for showing us recovery is fun. Thanks for showing us that the emotional puppets have a place in our life to connect to our inner child. And thank you for doing recovery your way. I am the hype man, Mr. Jay Barnard, the host of the DDR, and we're going to see you next week. Thank you, Jayme. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Clean up pretty good, but I'll get down and dirty. Getting kisses left and right, and the night is still early. The boys will drink their beers, the girls will shoot the shots. But everybody here's asking me for what I got. They said it would suck, that it's so damn tough keeping up with all of your friends. They'll have more than enough, you'll be sober as f***, and the night won't come to an end. But midnight struck and I'm living it up off the cuff and I'm out of my head. Finding love in a club or a bar or a pub when they said that I'd have to pretend that I ain't sober as but I'm living it up. I'm dancing, laughing, yeah, I'm having the time of my life. I'm making it up. Sober as raise a glass to the cheers. We don't gotta hurry. They're playing my song, baby, I ain't even worried. Let them think what they want. Let them watch, let them talk. I'ma dance till I drop, they be loving what I got. They said it would suck, that it's so damn tough keeping up with all of your friends. They'll have more than enough, you'll be sober as f***, and the night won't come to an end. But midnight struck and I'm living it up off the cuff and I'm out of my head. Finding love in a club or a bar or a pub when they said that I'd have to pretend that I ain't sober as f***. But I'm living it up. I'm dancing, laughing, yeah, I'm having the time of my life. I'm making it up. Sober as f***.
Man, I am sober as f***.